Hi guys, this is adv.photos. I haven't done one of these for a while. You may have noticed I put up a few video slideshows over the last few weeks that I've taken with my brand spanking new Fujifilm X-T3, and I have to say I'm loving the camera so much. It's just brilliant. I got into a really stupid argument with someone about, oh, full frame is everything, full frame is everything. If it's not full frame, it's not professional. And I just think that's bonkers. I mean, this Fujifilm X-T3, I'm filming it. I'm filming this on it right now. I don't think this whole full frame, if it's not full frame, it's not professional thing is really relevant now. I mean, APS-C cameras are just so good now. I mean, Sony are going to be bringing out a sort of a mini A9 on steroids apparently, and they still haven't brought the A7S Mark III. So that's just going to blow away Canon and Nikon's submissions at the moment. I did like that Panasonic, and was it the Triangle Alliance as they call it, has entered the full frame market. That will give hopefully Sony a bit more of a challenge, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about the X-T3. I shot 3 different locations. I've been, let's see, where did I go first? I walk along my local river, which is the River Ada. There's some quite good spots to shoot there. Got a great shot of this flower with the dew on it, and I got as close as I could with the 16 to 55mm lens. And the depth of field and sharpness is incredible. Incredible. And all those pictures that I posted from that, they were developed from the JPEGs only, not from the RAW files. I chose not to develop the RAW files on that. Now the second shoot I did, I went up onto the South Downs outside Woodingdean, just up on the road where Brighton and Hove Albion's stadium is, the Amex Stadium. Went straight up onto the downs there, walked up, got the sunrise. Unfortunately, the cloud was in the wrong place, so I had to shoot into the actual sun itself, which even with my Culkin filters, square filters, wasn't ideal. Plus I wasn't feeling very well. But I did find this huge mobile phone mast just sticking up in the middle of nowhere, and I said, what's this doing? It's just boom. So yeah, I got a few interesting shots of that I interpreted in different ways. And as I was walking back to my car, I noticed this field. It had been ploughed, so there was nothing in it. Nothing. It was just dirt and stones. And just over the horizon, you could just see this tiny, tiny, tiny stick sticking up. And it was another mobile phone mast. I don't know if you're going to notice it in any of the photos I posted. But after that, I chose to go down to Shoreham Harbour. I went down to where the lifeboat station is. And so I was seeing how good it would cope with different shades, darkness and textures, and I was genuinely surprised at not only the dynamic range but the ISO performance, the high ISO performance on this camera is just phenomenal. It's better than my 5DS and 5DSR that I've used before, even go far as to say my D800. But that may be more to do with the actual lens than the camera, but I don't know. Who knows? And last Saturday, I decided to shoot a misty morning on the toll bridge in Shoreham. And I was rather hoping the fog wouldn't stay there for so long. I was there for 2 hours. I was there from dawn. I got there just before dawn to get the sunrise. And I was still there. I'd gone 9 o'clock in the morning, almost 9:30 in fact, which was 2 hours after sunrise. And the fog was just rolling in like these waves, funneling down the river valley from the north. So, but I did get some very nice photos of the railway bridge, one of the big cranes that's developing the new rope tackle section, which has cut off part of the public footpath up to the railway bridge, so I ended up having to walk along the bank of the river, which fortunately wasn't at high tide. Also, I have to say that got some paddle boarders, and it's really weird because you could barely see them. How they could see anything I don't know. But, after a couple of hours I decided I'd shot enough, turned round, walked back to my car, and as I walked back to my car I got a little bit lost, I have to say. because instead of going along the cycle track back to where I parked, I decided to go along the riverbank and then cut back onto the cycle track afterwards. And I was walking along, saying, hang on a minute, the track's like a mile, miles over there, where am I going, how do I get back? And eventually the bank swung round and there was a nice little path that I could use to get back there. So, but even so, it was hours later, it was still foggy here. So to sum up, really, this X-T3 is probably the best Fuji camera I've used. I mean, I've not used any of their medium format ones. I would love to be able to afford one of those for landscapes, but just don't have the money. But this X-T3, especially with this the 16 to 55mm lens, which is a really, really sharp lens, it's a fantastic combination. I mean, I'm shooting this video on it right now, and fingers crossed it's going to come out okay. I mean, I've had a few complaints from previous videos where the sound hasn't been right, or I had flicker on the last ones, and I've turned the anti-flicker on, and I'm not using my light up there, my bedroom light. I'm using a dedicated LED light behind over there, which is why I'm nicely lit up here. So yes, what I can say so far from how I've used it, from the shoots I've done so far, it's great. I love it. It just makes photography fun again. It brings me back to when I first had my film cameras and how much fun it was with those. The only difference being I can actually see the result straight away. I mean, I can see the result before I've done the result. And so yeah, that's great. A little bit of news to add on the end. Sky Arts Master Photography, the entries opened up yesterday. So I'm going to be putting forward some work for that. So fingers crossed, I'll have some work for that. I'll get into it this time. Third time lucky. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Pop along to my website and have a look at my portfolio, or you can go along to my 500 pic site, which is linked in my website, and I'll leave links to both at the bottom of this video. Thank you very much. Look forward to the next one. I'll be going out to shoot this Saturday, so fingers crossed I'll have some more photos in a slideshow for you then. Okay, bye bye.